country. He's opened for David Tao. He's currently in a movie called Next Generation with Mason Pryor, who is Richard Pryor's son. Put your hands together for Khurum Sheikh.
Thank you very much. Actually, Jeff Thomas is trying to know about current event things, and that's what I'd like to talk about. Like, are you following all these crazy clowns that have been around? And some of them are like dangerous, aren't they? And I'm talking about Hillary and Donald Trump. Oh, all right. And Donald is in trouble, though, huh? You think he'll recover from this? Yeah. Or you think he will? Because he... No? Okay, I already got a divided crowd. Well, what I like to do, I like to take my survey. Do we like Hillary here? Okay, a few. We like Donald Trump still? Wouldn't you agree the big thing, though, is you vote, right? So make some noise if in the last primary you voted and you ain't got one of these I voted stickers. Can you see it back there? See, I'm still wearing mine. I didn't even vote. I just wear this so it looks like I'm a U.S. citizen. I might get that here in Redford. Actually thinking of going to Arizona and selling these. I'm not kidding, who needs one? Anybody need one? Usually they do need them in the kitchen. Oh, that crossed the line there, huh? There's old Hispanics in Redford in the kitchens, huh? They got more Hispanics than the Tigers do. Might only want to notice that. Actually, you'll be glad to know I am a U.S. citizen. Thank you, but I was born in Pakistan. Well, thank you for that warm response. I was 7 years old when we first learned we're coming to America. And so the only thing I knew about America was how rich it was compared to Pakistan, so I thought there'd be golden streets everywhere. Rubies, diamonds. We landed in Detroit. In 1968, right after riots. I'm like, they've done a bait and switch on my ass. 18 hours on an airplane, I'm in Afghanistan. Oh, some of you have been to Afghanistan. And now you can imagine when I travel, they thoroughly search me. It's important now, if I'm going to fly anywhere, only thing over the airport is a thong. And I'm cocky about it. I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, look for my weapon of mass destruction. They're waving me through there like, you ain't hurting anyone with that. And they like to remind me of that saying, once you've had a pack, you probably go back. I don't like the saying either. Bothered me so much I saw on the internet, though, they have this pump makes your private area bigger. You know what I'm talking about. They said guaranteed to add 3 inches. I'm thinking, ooh, I can double my manhood. But that's a math joke, I know that wouldn't fly. Actually, after a show, I got a guy came up to me, said he found something that really, really works. Well, they're bifocals. But anyway, we're talking about the debates coming up Sunday, and if you see, Donald Trump was saying what he regrets in the last one is he did not go after Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. If you see that, but if you talk to Monica, though, she did that TED Talk where she tried to make herself a victim. Dude, that's hard to swallow. And she wrote that book, but the critics are saying it sucks. The book's not very good either. So it's all right, but no cigar. Good way to blow $20. I'm helping build your immunity. You're going to hear a lot of these after Sunday. And how about Anthony Weiner? How about a dick? I like showing it off. And then, actually, wherever I go, I do the survey. Like, they had the vice presidents in the debate and stuff. And I was surprised Mike Pence doesn't seem like a fit with Donald Trump, right? Did you think it should have probably been Charlie Sheen? He'd have been good vice. They'd drink tiger blood together. And then who is Hillary's vice president candidate? Anybody know? Kane. But few people know it, huh? Though that guy is so obscure he could be on Dancing with the Stars. Let's see what else is interesting in the politics. Now, the big question is same-sex marriage, right? That was controversial. Are we okay with same-sex marriage here in Redford? Or, well, make some noise if you're married. Who's married? All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't marriage all about the same sex? Night after night after night after night after night. I endorse different sex marriage, so I am divorced. Speaking of divorce, you see that hack joke on the internet where this woman kept nagging and pestering her husband, get those pills that would help him get an erection? So finally he complied, came back with diet pills for her. I'm not endorsing that, I just report what I see on the internet. Attack the messenger. Let's see, talk about same-sex marriage. They also got transgender bathrooms. That's controversial in South Carolina. Now, I'm from Ann Arbor. I mentioned I do comedy. Usually we're pretty liberal, but I think we should be very strict on separating the bathrooms. But I think we should do it based on if you're doing number 1 or number 2. I don't mind a woman identifies as a man pissing next to me, but I want some big burly guy taking a crap. We gotta separate that shit. My last topical thing is, did you see Kim Kardashian got robbed, had all her diamond rings? And it's funny because the only thing she's really famous for is for having a big ass, right? And she does have a big ass though, doesn't she? And it's called Kanye West. All right, that's how I like to start the topical stuff, because some of you know I was here last year. What I have done for the last 25 years before I did comedy is Ann Arbor police officer. Oh. Thank you, True Thing.
I didn't recognize you in those clothes.
Oh. I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah, well, that's something for you later, but I mentioned it was for Pakistan police officers. So whenever you think of my act, though, chances are I gotta be the only Pakistani police officer doing stand-up comedy in a hall in Redford, Michigan. Got that ball, right? He looks like Johnny Mathis. I hope that some of you would know. Young people have to Google him. And it is funny, when I first started with the Ann Arbor Police Department, it's 30 years ago, it's not very diverse. It was almost all white department. We had a handful of black officers, then me. Like the diversity here. So whenever a citizen had a complaint against me, they didn't get my name, Sergeant could still instantly figure it out, because you'd always ask the citizen. He'd be like, can you describe this officer? Citizen would be like, oh yeah, it was that Puerto Rican guy. Of course, now people know where Pakistan is, right? Which isn't necessarily good for me. They'll learn I'm from Pakistan. They'll dislike me because Bin Laden was hiding there. Like, I had something to do with that. But we do like our firefighters and police, right? I'll note that. So just weird to me, though. Hate me for being Pakistani, but then love me for being a police officer. But it's really weird. Get the complete opposite reaction at my Al-Qaeda meetings. I'm kidding. I do not go to Al-Qaeda meetings. We chat online. Thank you. You don't get applause for Al-Qaeda meetings too often. And so the comedians were talking about, it's funny, I often don't even mention I was a police officer. It seems like in a regular comedy club, half the crowd just smoke marijuana. Who wants to admit it here other than the comedians? Because I mentioned Ann Arbor officer, not a big deal there, right? Oh, fine? Oh, you're from the 60s. Yeah, hash bash and stuff, but yeah, it was $5, but
it wasn't called the hash bash. It was just everybody, on election day at the diag.
Well, thank you, Wikipedia here.
We didn't have t-shirts.
Thank you. But the thing is now, the current fine is $25. They raised it. What's funny there, though, if you have cigarettes, possession of tobacco for someone under age 18 is a $100 fine. So we get these teenagers with cigarettes, but they're pleading with us, it's marijuana. So just to save $75. And a lot of people don't realize, you might want to know the breathalyzer will detect if you've been smoking marijuana. People think it just detects alcohol, but the way we can tell is if we give you the mouthpiece, and you go, thank you, officer. Pretty good clue, you've been smoking some weed. And then, of course, anytime you take enforcement action, people always think it's because of their race or ethnicity. It's like right before I retired, I pulled over this gentleman. Before I could get his license and registration, he started screaming at me that the only reason I'm stopping him is because he's Mexican. It was so unfair. He would listen. He said, honest goodness, truth, I had no idea he was Mexican. Only reason I stopped him, I thought he was black. Or you can laugh at that, it's not the only reason. He was with a skinny white woman. You know, I'm kidding, she was not skinny. Thank you for some of you laughing at that, because actually when I first started doing comedy, I'd be scared to do that. I don't want to offend anyone, but I think we're too politically correct, don't you? Yeah. I say have fun. It wasn't easy when I started. I'm not sure how the veteran officers did it, but they rewired my siren. So whenever I go pull somebody over, instead of the usual police whistle sound, it would go. It took me 2 weeks to learn to do that. I think it comes natural. It does not. I have to go to Dearborn. Some of you have been to Dearborn, huh? Now, another funny thing in police work we'll do is if we pull somebody over and they give us any kind of lip or attitude, we'll give them 2 tickets to a Lions game. Too soon? All right, I'm going to wrap up with, probably do like what was the funnest thing as a police officer whenever we arrested prostitutes. That was fun, because you got to flirt with them and stuff. But I remember there was one, she had a really short mini skirt on, she was wearing crotchless panties. She came up to me, she's like, hey officer, do you want some of this? Of course I was professional, I said, no I don't. She got offended, she's like, why, are you gay or something? I said, no, I just don't want any of that. I mean, look what it did to your panties. Besides, I could see her balls. I think her name was Caitlin. I'm kidding, I banged her. I would say, whenever I get off stage, people always ask me if I'd been a police officer, or that's just a gag, so I carry evidence now. Because let me ask you this, had I not been a police officer in Ann Arbor, would I have these? Bad example. I think Wikipedia there does, don't you? Thank you very much for supporting Live Comedy. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.